Well, good morning on behalf of the Champion Makers team and on behalf of every single person that invited you to this call. We are so incredibly excited that you've joined us this morning and that you are a part of our team. We believe that this is the most unbelievable, mind-blowing technology so far known to man. And so we're so incredibly excited that you have joined us today. So there's a few things that we know, and then Rick and I are really going to introduce ourselves. The one thing that we do know is that everyone needs a miracle. We do know that every single person on this call and every single person that we know in our lives needs some type of miracle. And so once this changes somebody's life, you cannot stop but help to share. And so when there's a system that's in place, it helps you do that and it helps you do it well. And so that's our goal for today. My name is Brittany Francis.
And I'm Rick Francis. Happy Saturday, everyone.
And we are just so excited to help you guys get started today. We're going to share our screen. We're going to go through some very simple basics that are going to help you succeed in sharing this technology. So whether this is something that you want to do full time, like what Rick and I wanted to do, or if this is something that you just say, there's too many people that I know that desperately need this, just help me tell somebody, then this is going to be for you, okay? So let's, first of all, I'm going to share my screen. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go through a little bit of this, and then we're going to jump out of my screen, and then we're going to show you a little bit of the website and things like that. Okay, so first of all, we want to tell you that this is a wear and share technology, right? So this is adult show and tell. And so when you talk to people about this technology, we want to ensure that you have all the tools in your tool belt to do so. Okay, so remember, okay, there are no guarantees of income or financial gain. It depends on you. So what it's really important to do is to understand that there are testimonies upon testimonies of what has happened in people's lives. Their testimonies may not be exactly what ends up happening to the person that you share with, because their body is what's doing the trick. And as far as financial gain, that is completely up to you. We have partners that have jumped in with us saying, we just want to make an extra $1,000 a month. We just want to pay for our patches. You could be like Rick and I, and you could say, you know, we know what we need to make, and we want to put our heads down because we want this to replace what we've done for the last 21 years. So if that's the case, just know whatever it is, this is going to help you do that. But we cannot guarantee that you do that. It's up to you. And so why? Rick, will you take this? Because I know that you've got whys.
Why is definitely the most important thing why we do anything, right? If you're passionate about people, which we are, you know, we wanted to see people healed. It was so great to wear the patch, and just I felt so much better. But you know what? Doing that and sharing that and seeing the healing and the happiness on other people's faces, that's what really got it for me. But to have that financial freedom is something, and that time back with the family is paramount. And that's something that this has provided. And it can be an avenue for every single person that's on this call and every single person that you speak to. This business gives you the capability to be anywhere that you'd like to be, and still all you're doing is sharing the patch and the magnificence of the X39.
Okay, now this is something that Danny put together, and this is just so incredibly good.
Very powerful.
Can you explain this? Because we came out of the business world, so.
I mean, just looking at this, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but when you look at the franchise fee and you look at that total investment, you just don't have that with LifeWave. It's a beautiful thing, and you're not confined to a single place. That is just freedom all over the place. But when you look at the amount that just in franchise fees that you're paying there, not to mention the total investment of equipment, restaurant,
Time.
employees, and the amount of time and sweat and tears that go into that type of a business, this is just bar none, hands down the best thing you can get your hands on.
Now, let's touch on time real fast, because I really liked what Carrie said a few weeks ago, okay? Carrie Robertson was talking about how much time it takes to run a franchise, okay? So how much time you put into LifeWave is what you will get back out of it, because although you're not required hours, most definitely not 40 to 60 hours a week. If you spend a little bit of time every single week, every single day, even getting really trained up and understand what you have your hands on, the more people are going to be impacted by you, because you're going to understand the whole system. You're going to understand the science. So leaning into this franchise, these franchises require you to give a certain amount of hours. It's a requirement. For you, the only person that's requiring it is yourself. So you decide how much time you want to put into this, okay? And so we're going to touch quickly on if you want to succeed, what are we going to do and how are we going to do it? So Rick, can you take this, because he's so good at this.
This is perfect. This is everything. Is making that list is absolutely everything. It's one thing to think about people that you want to share this with, but it's a different when you actually sit down and you write out your list, and you start with your family, you start with your closest family, you start with extended family, then you start with your closest friends and the people you do life with, and that list starts to expand. When you can sit there and you can fill out your goal sheet and you can just really work out how you want to run your business, it all just falls in line together.
So the LifeWave launch plan, okay? So this is what we're going to do. We're going to show you a little bit of what this is going to look like, okay? Step one, we already talked about this. Make sure that you've gone to championmakers.com. So there's simple steps to get started. And if you want to maybe screenshot this is going to be in school, which we're going to show you today. But this is a simple way. This screenshot I really like, because whenever somebody joins my team, whether or not you, like I said, are here right now because you're like, I'm going to share this with the world, like I was sharing with the world. Or you're like, there's going to be people that are just going to jump on that don't want to. You want to help them get into the steps, okay? Because they might be like a couple of our friends who said, we're not going to do the business. And then when they got their miracle, they were like, oh no, we want to plug in. Well, they were already plugged in. So what we want you to understand is that there are simple steps to get started, and we are going to go through all of these today, but maybe take a screenshot, or when we show you where to find this, make sure that you have this on hand at all times, because people are going to join your organization. And when they do, they're going to want to feel like you help them right away get started the right way. Okay, so there's two rights, the right way and right away. Okay, so make sure that you do that. So we want to ensure that everybody is on Champion Makers. We're going to show you what that looks like, and then that you're all set up with the group text, etc. Now let's look at what championmakers.com looks like, because I want you all to understand the tool. Okay, first of all, we talked about making sure that you're on the text thread. This is so incredibly important. Your phone is not going to blow up. And brand partners, if you want, we're going to give you guys a couple of little clues that we do for our team. We do sometimes double up on our team, because we know that people get lost, and sometimes we want to love them until they get to where they want to be, right? So the people that really want to run very quickly, I might double up the text and say, hey, don't forget, Danny sent that text yesterday saying that there's going to be an X39 presentation. So, but you all want to make sure that you're on the text thread. Okay, everybody make sure that you're on the text thread. And then the second priority is to join school. Now, let us show you what school looks like. There are some membership requests pending, so we will go through those almost every single day and make sure that whoever is requesting to come on is actually part of our team, because remember, this is really the Champion Makers franchise, and so we want to make sure that they're a part of the organization, right? Because we are one big family is what you're going to find. But when you come in to school, this is going to be some really incredible things that you have on your fingertips. First of all, the classroom. Your new brand partner training today is how to get started. But right here, there's actually other places, like a basic training that is really, really great, because if you can watch it from us, if you can watch it from Danny, if you can watch it from Carrie, and then you get everything in your brain, and then you start developing what you are, like what Rick and I did. We spent several hours just sitting there and watching how people get started. And we realized we're different. We want to do it this way. We follow the system, but we speak differently, right? And then the comp training. Guys, you want to know how you get paid. It's super important. So jump in here onto the school app and watch this. Maybe watch it a couple of times because it's really going to be healthy for you to know because of your people that are joining the organization.